Hello everybody, today's September 7th, 2011. I've had some recent questions from people wanting to know how to buy gold and silver, and one of the most important things is to not get scammed. You know, I'm sure a lot of you know about the cash for gold scam that's been going on for years. As gold's been going up for 10 years. The people send you a little envelope in the mail, and you put your chain, your old useless chains in there, and you send them in, and they give you a $100 check. Well, truth be known, you send them like $300 worth of gold and all those chains and 10 karat, 14 karat rings you sent in, and you only get $100. So, for something like that, there's I'll put a link to this site here. There's sites you can go to where you put in 12 grams, 24 karat, and we'll change this to 18 karat. Say you have an 18 karat necklace, 75% gold, and you can choose if you want to see it in US dollars, and then it tells you got $529 worth of gold, that 12 grams of 18 karat gold. So if you're going to go to a jewelry shop or some dealer and you're going to sell some gold, at least have an idea of what you have ahead of time. Now, you're not going to get $529 for that gold chain. You may get, I would say you should at least get $300, but it'd probably surprise you, but you're going to get a lot. There's going to be a lot of charges, like for refining and shipping, and the dealer has to send this into a refinery and have it melted down and this and that. So I sold a couple chains, and I think I had maybe like $300 worth of some 14 karat gold chains, and out of the 300 I think I got maybe like $175. So I'm not an expert on this part here. I'm just saying, just to have an idea of what you have. There's sites like this. I'll put a link to this site below, and it's worth it to go buy a little $20 scale so you can weigh your ring, or you can weigh your chain, so you at least have an idea of what's going on. Since I started doing these videos, about a year after I started, I found out that I could become a Google partner, and for all the time and effort I put into these videos, I can actually have a little compensation, which is definitely helping now that my wife's out of work. She was involved in a situation, and I don't think I'm going to go into that. But anyway, so she's out on workers' comp. She's actually involved in a robbery. So, she's not bringing in the money she was bringing in. So this here, this helps out. It's a little bit of money, but what I wanted to point out was, they have these advertisements next to the videos, and some of the advertisements, AppMex here, I've bought from AppMex, no complaints whatsoever. Got exactly what I ordered, decent prices. I noticed sometimes on some of my videos there's other companies that sell gold. I'm not aware of them, and I just want to make sure that anybody who's new doesn't maybe click on one of these ads and then ends up calling them or something to get some information, and then they get they get strung into something that they don't really need, like some non-confiscatable coin. I want to play a little clip here of this recent interview. I'll also attach below Peter Schiff. I'll attach this interview here, but you can hear this is
the unscrupulous coin dealers. One of the ways they try to convince you not to buy the coins that you should buy, the bullion coins, but the rare coins, is that they try to convince you that we're going to have another round of confiscation like we had in 1933, but that these coins would be exempt from confiscation. So if you buy these French coins or these Swiss coins, that the government can't take them from you, but if you buy the Canadian maple leaf, the government can seize it. And it's pure nonsense. I mean, first of all, the reason that we had confiscation in 1933 was because we were on the gold standard. And Roosevelt wanted to devalue the dollar, but he couldn't devalue the dollar without confiscating gold because we're no longer on the gold standard. And of course, when they say confiscated, they didn't actually confiscate it. They asked people to turn it in. I mean, they didn't send agents out to people's houses, and hanging them upside down by their ankles and shaking them until the gold dropped out of their pocket.
All right, so you get the point. Not going to go any longer. It was a good interview that was done on GoldSeek Radio, and I'll link that below. But one important thing I wanted to say was, so if you're interested in buying some of this, it's just a quarter, but it's a 1964 quarter or earlier. 90% silver. There's 0.1808 ounces of pure silver here. So about 6 of these, about $1.50 is an ounce. So before you go buy any junk silver, you go to a website called coinflation.com, and it'll tell you, it'll show you what it has for the price of silver. It may not be exact to what it is at the moment you walk in the shop, but it'll show you, I'll give you an example here on the site. It'll have the price of silver, then it'll have the coins, like Roosevelt dime, and you come across, it'll tell you Roosevelt dime, I don't know if you see that, it's $3. 10-cent dime right now is worth $3. So you don't want to pay much more than $3. You should be able to buy that dime. You should be able to buy the dime for around $3. Silver, in my opinion, is the best way to go. If you want some information, I found this here. I wanted to point this out. I'll put the link below. Peter Schiff, he talked about this in the interview. Classic gold scams, how to avoid getting ripped off. The bait and switch, where they're advertising one coin, you call up and they try and sell you something else. Confiscation con, where they try to sell you these non-confiscatable coins, supposedly. If they're going to confiscate coins, they confiscate whatever they want. They start confiscating stocks. If we're going to go that far. Numismatic hype and the leverage trap. So anyway, you can put your information down here, and I'm sure Peter has a precious metals company. I'm sure if it asks for your phone number, they're going to be calling you up. It's totally up to you. If you're new to this, 15-page free report. I'm sure it's got good information in it. However, I'm sure you'll be contacted. So that's totally up to you if you want to do something like that. But anyway, I just mainly wanted to do something real quick because in the past year or so I've had ads running next to my videos, and some new person may go there and not really know what they're doing. So I just wanted to kind of give a few tips on buying gold and silver. The main thing is to know what you're doing, do some research ahead of time. Don't let the person on the other end of the line be the expert and tell you what you need. Know what you're